the Battle of Najera in 1367, led by the Black Prince, the English march into Spain to put the Castilian king Peter of Castile back on his throne. They are facing a Castilian army led by Henry of Trastamara, backed by the French, who want to keep Henry on the throne. Who will win in this Castilian civil war? Let's find out in today's battle. Hey guys, and welcome back. As you can see, we are doing the Battle of Najera today in 1367 AD, and here we can see that there are some French forces here, obviously allied with the Spanish forces, like the Spanish and Castilian forces that are like the holders of the throne at the time. Obviously, like the Battle of Najera is a battle that's in like the Castilian Civil War, which is like almost like a sideshow of what's going on in the in like the 100 Years' War at the same time. Like you have like the 100 Years' War going on. It's like a sideshow, but like war where like France and England want to basically put their claimant to the throne on the Castilian throne. So obviously France and like Castile, and I think Aragon was supporting as well. Castile wanted to put Henry of Trastamara onto the throne, and England wanted to put Peter of Castile onto the throne. And you can see we have some of the English sergeants here setting up. We have Navarre over on one side. I don't know where they are exactly. Actually, that's all England. Navarre, Navarre all the way down here. Okay, Navarre. Yeah, you have Navarre obviously allied with England, helping, and you have like the Castilian forces loyal to Peter here, helping out as well. So you got a lot of Spanish forces here today. A lot of Spanish forces. So it's going to be interesting to see what can happen. Obviously, we've got the French, who I am playing as, in the center here. And then we have Castile, and we have Aragon on my flanks. This was played in the Epic Battles Discord. Some great guys there. Definitely recommend going and joining their Discord if you want to get involved in some 12-12 battles or any sort of Total War battle. They're a great bunch of guys, and yeah, it was really fun doing this with them, and was very much appreciated. So yeah, definitely I'll leave the link for the Discord in the description, along with my own, if you want to get involved in some 12-12 battles. And yeah, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment if you would like to see some more 12-12 historical battles. And as you can see, we're starting to just get set up and ready. You can see the battle is just about to get underway. There was quite a lot of men at this battle. To be fair, there was about 10,000 like English ally, and there are like allied forces. I think they had about 10,000, maybe a bit more than 10,000, and the French were just about under 10,000. So we're quite close to the actual figures. We have about 8,000 on either side. But yeah, we are actually... There's some engagement going on? Oh, just some shots. Okay, just some like crossbow shots going on. But yeah, a lot of crossbows here today being brought. Actually, surprisingly, I brought most of the bowmen as France. France obviously being like famous for bringing like crossbows. I actually brought quite a lot of archers. Or I brought 2 units, which is a lot more than most of my allies brought. I don't know if the... Spanish can bring really any archers, to be honest. I think there's either crossbows or slingers for them. Most of my cavalry is out on this flank, actually supporting the Spanish here. Yeah, I put a lot there. I have a bit in the center, but I have most of my cavalry out on the out on the flank. And yeah, we're kind of just waiting for like an opportunity to kind of strike. You can see the Aragonese have a lot less cavalry on this flank. They have actually got some armats, which are pretty solid cavalry, and they've got some mounted sergeants, which aren't so great. But they're up against English knights, they're up against caballeros, so a lot of good cavalry here. So they're going to be in an interesting spot. And here is Edward the Black Prince here, leading the English expedition to retake the throne for Peter. Where is he? I can't actually see him. He might be in his black armor under there. I don't know if he's actually got black armor. Oh yeah, that might be him there actually, black armor. I don't know exactly, but obviously a very famous commander leading this expedition. Shame that he does not become a king. He would have been Edward IV, and he'd have been such a great king, you imagine. Or they believed he would have been anyway. Who knows? But at this point, you can see that the Castilians are actually starting to shift across, and at this point, we decide to make our move. We start to push forward with our infantry, and the cavalry starting to come forward, and we're going to make a push. You can see that there is a charge here by the Caballeros of Castile. This is Henry of Trastamara's cavalry that is going to be going forward. Historically, the English do win this battle, and they do manage to put Peter back on the throne eventually, but it's not for long, because then eventually Henry of Trastamara is then put back on the throne again. So yeah, it's short-lived as Peter's victory. It doesn't help that he doesn't pay the English forces, which he promised to do. And there you go, in go the Castilians. Yes, he promised to pay all of the money that was spent, like repay all the money that was spent on this campaign. But he fails to do so. So it's kind of a very costly and ineffective war for the English. You can see they just broke this Pioneers unit here, and they're actually getting in behind these Caballeros, in behind, doing a lot of damage. And now I'm just sending for my infantry. These sergeants are just going to be able to butcher through these Pioneers. They've just been like destroyed by the cavalry charges, and now in go the infantry, and they're going to just finish them off. You can see the Oriflamme there flying off the unit as well. You can see the rear charging units of the Caballeros. And yeah, I have my own cavalry here now occupying the... this is the Spanish cavalry here. This is more Caballeros. I'm trying to occupy them. And they're actually going to fall back their own cavalry. I think they're going to try and deal with like the French or the other like Spanish cavalry, which is actually pulled out. So that's there you go. A lot of Spanish cavalry going on. And yeah, I'm the first to really go in. You can now see that Aragon is also joining the fight, going up against England, who's holding this sort of our right flank, their left, with their Welsh spears and billmen in here. So we may put some slow-mos in because, well, you always need slow-mo. Because it's a quite fast-paced battle, to be fair. So, yeah, you could do with some slow-mos. You can see here that I just got rear charged by sergeants. This was the general here, General's bodyguard, rear charged this sergeant's unit. It was really annoying. Took out a lot of men. Breaking these swords here already, as you can see. And I'm sort of in behind enemy lines. These billmen are not quite set up. And I'm sort of in. If I can get this sword unit in this gap, we're into the Pavese crossbows, sorry, here already. They've got some jabbies up ready. Have the Castilians here, skirmishers getting ready. Gonna get a volley. These billmen, by the way, are elite. They are so nasty. Very frustrating unit to fight against. But yeah, all on this side as well, you can see that Navarre is about to be engaged by the loyal Castilians. I guess we'll call them the loyalists because they're fighting for like the current king of Castile, not like the pretender that is Peter at this point. But obviously, it depends who you're rooting for, who you think is the true king of Castile. You can see how I am beating these Pioneers quite nicely. I'm actually losing over here. They're sending in their shock infantry. I was a bit late in getting mine up. It's actually getting involved in this cavalry fight here, and we're killing off some some English knights actually. So a very important unit to be killing off actually then. I love that everyone's in really bright like uniforms as well. It's a glory of having the high period units. You can now see that Aragon is engaging England over on this side. Oh, these are his mounted sergeants, I think. Yeah, his mounted sergeants got destroyed by English knights, and yeah, they're in a really rough time. I'm gonna just slow mo for a bit, but you can see that yeah, these English knights will just rip the mounted sergeants to shreds. Like the mounted sergeants are all well and good. Like they're good in melee. They'd be better fighting these guys if they hadn't been like charged immediately. They'd be better like if a shock cavalry went in, then the shock cavalry pulled out, and the melee cavalry went into these guys. That would be a bit better. But you can see the Armats are now getting ready. They're going to go for a charge. I think they're going to try and support these against these English knights. We've got some pikes over here, just kind of a bit isolated. This could be a bit risky, especially if the cavalry gets killed. This pike unit just kind of can't really go anywhere. Spear line already severely wavering. Militia spears here wavering. And they're actually pulling through. I don't know if this was on purpose, but this English foot knight's actually pulling through the spear unit here. Kind of just forgotten that they're like that. I don't know if that was like just a misclick or something. But yeah, that's kind of a bit annoying that like they've just ignored that spear unit. But now we're going to get our archers over here. And I'm going to try and charge with my cavalry. Hopefully charge this shock infantry if I can get it there. Got cavalry as well here. That's re-rallied for the English. Got English knights back in the line. I'm actually now starting to try and even this fight out a bit here with the my shock infantry. Now in the mix. Got men with big axes against men with big axes. We'll go back to normal speed for a bit. What have we got over here? We've got Castile as well, obviously getting involved over here. Still doing his bit. What are these called? Pioneers, Pavese, so basically Pavese spears. I'm surprised they aren't engaging. These Pavese spears, I mean, they're not great. Certainly I would re-engage them now when they're turning their backs. And these pikes here as well, they're not having much joy. They're getting shot up quite nastily by any bows that are like able to shoot them. But I'm having a bit of luck in the center. I'm kind of having the most luck out of me and my allies. I've actually broken through, and this sword unit here is like, I mean, this one kind of broke it. I don't know if it pulled through or not, but what happened to it? But we actually got a hole here in the center. I'm now being charged though by cavalry, general unit here, charging into the shock infantry. Really, really nasty charge there. Not going to help, especially when I'm getting attacked from both shock infantry and now shock cavalry. Trying to get through more infantry, and along with cavalry, I'm getting some gendarmes in. I've actually dragged my gendarmes from the left flank over to the right, or to the center, sorry, and I'm able to charge like in and go after skirmishers, go after all sorts. And at this point, I'm I don't know. I think I'm trying to find like Edward the Black Prince. I think he was available to shoot. Or no, I think it was this guy here, this general's bodyguard. The general's bodyguard was so frustrating. I just wanted to get rid of him. I've been shooting him for quite a while with crossbows, and he would not die. You'll see in a moment how close I get to nearly killing him. But yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good charge. I actually killed quite a bit of his general there. We have lost the general over on this side, though. Aragon's general has fallen. The commander of Aragon is dead. And you imagine, even though like they're winning on this flank here, you can see that they're beating the English knights with the pike's help. They're going to need a little bit more than that because their morale is just destroyed. I've got gendarmes over here now, able to help against these caballeros. I need to get some of these swords back in. They could do with being mobilized. I'm actually flanking as well, these swords, and still can break them. I had like, yeah, Sergeant at Arms here. They're a really good sergeant unit. They still just about broke these guys. It cost me the unit. But yeah, I am like starting to break through. I'm running out of stuff. I mean, they're bringing over more cavalry in this area. I'm trying to focus down generals and cavalry with crossbows and archers. And yeah, I mean, this cavalry here is now being recharged by the other cavalleros that have now joined the fight. And now I'm going to send my general in. You can see the King of France is coming up. I'm going to try and get him to charge this dismounted cavalleros here. He was about to charge, but then the like shock infantry of mine would have like broken up his charge and would have made it pretty ineffective. So there we go. I'm going to charge in now. Wasn't a great charge at all, really. I mean, you can see, look at this polearm unit as well has been firing me my swords and been getting nasty, because I was like at one point these guys were getting rear charged by swords and I could not break them. They just wouldn't break. I thought they broke pretty instantly, the polearms, when they were surrounded, but it seemed not. It seemed not to be the case. I'm actually now breaking that disarmed cavalry. I'm now going to ping pong off, and I'm going to go with my cavalry into the back of these polearms here. And in they go. And that should finish that polearm unit once and for all. If not, then I mean, I don't know what's going to break these guys. I literally rear charge them. I'm now going to bounce off them and go into the skirmishers. Get some really nice kills there. My general is racking up kills at this point. He's getting a lot of kills. I mean, I'm losing a lot of infantry though, which is a big concern. You can see Aragon is falling back his slingers and what he can to try and save us. Over on this side, it's quite close. I mean, Castile and Navarre still fighting pretty hard, but I mean, it's looking like the general here of Castile is about to die. It looks like Henry of Trastamara is about to fall. And there you go. He is breaking. He will die soon, you imagine, if he doesn't get out of there. But yeah, I'm desperately trying to like kill the center so I can try and save one of my flanks. You can see here I'm breaking a lot of stuff in the center, and an ally has abandoned us, and that's Castile falling back, or retreating I should say. And there you go, the general has been killed. That's Henry Trastamara dead, falling to the swords of the general's bodyguard. And there you go, so Caballero is now able to go in behind and go after my gendarmes, general, or whatever else. And they're going to go into the gendarmes here, it looks like it. But that's fine. They're looking in the rear of my archers. I can shoot these guys down with my archers and stuff, hopefully, and support my cavalry here. I actually have a lot of cavalry left still. I could do with flying into the back of some of these units. I mean, the Spanish have just swords here. They're not doing anything. They could do with sending them into the swords there. And they're actually just getting flanked there. They just got attacked. Probably want to turn some of these swords, get them into the fight. And you can see at the center, I have kind of just almost, I have won this basically. And I'm now just retreating everything away from this blob over here. I'm trying to get my shock infantry out of range to try and save them from, well, England's got a pretty intact army, a pretty solid army. He's lost a fair amount of cav and some infantry. But he's got decent assets. He's still got good longbows. He's still got polearms, cav. He's in a good spot. I did not bring any polearms. I felt like they were just going to get focused down, and they probably would have. I've seemed to have fared quite well without them, but I needed my allies to certainly just about survive. They're like just about survive, but they've not really survived at all. I need them to get like a decent amount of men out, or I could have won my center and then flanked one of them. They just need to hold on longer, but yeah, because Aragon's has fallen really, not quickly, but fallen first. and now they're able to put pressure on my flank just before I nearly defeated like Castile in the center here. My general's actually dying though, to be fair. He's actually like having a hard time killing this Caballero, even with my shock infantry in here. But yeah, as you can see, getting overwhelmed now. My general is broken there. He's actually re-rallied, and so is my cavalry. I think I was trying to just get them out. They are now wavering the cav, though it might not be enough. We're now trying to turn around some dismounted chevaliers. I was trying to slow these guys down. Wasn't a great charge from the English knights. I think this might... Is this the... This is the Black Prince. Let's see if we can kill him. Don't think so. He's a pretty fresh amount of men. He has just kind of rear charged my men. Got my general out of here, my cavalry. Go for some crossbows over here. But yeah, this fight here is very sparse and just everywhere, really. I mean, they've got a lot of cavalry back here. Have the Spanish. They've got some caballeros that have re-rallied. They need to get back into the fight. But yeah, the English knights here. Able to now just run down my my archers. And it really looked like we were going to win this at one point. I don't know what my general's doing. I don't remember sending him over there. I don't know if this replay might be slightly bugged. I don't know. But yeah, this cavalry definitely was not just stood here. Yeah, I think the replay might be slightly bugged. This is a shame because this cavalry did not just stand here. And there you go. Apparently just ends like that as a close defeat. That's a real shame. But yeah, it basically ended just with a defeat for the French and the Spanish. And unfortunately, there you go. It's not going to show us the replay, so like the end of the replay, showing that the replay did bug out just there at the end. Bit of a shame, but it was a really, really good one. I hope you guys did enjoy that battle. That was the Battle of Najera. It certainly was a fun one to watch and enjoyed to play. Like I said, thank you very much to the Epic Battles guys. They were really, really nice and let me join, and yeah, very much appreciated. I hope to do some more with them in the future. But like I said, guys, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. And until next time, Legionnaires, I will see you in the next one. Bye.